Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. I wanted to give you a couple updates on some of the projects that I'm working on right now. I'm out here in the backyard working on a backyard hockey rink. This is going to be 44 foot wide by 88 feet long. I think it's going to be the perfect size, and I picked a pretty fun spot to put it. I got good views around here, but I don't really have a flat backyard, so I had to bring in an excavator and a bobcat to make a nice flat spot for it. But for many of you, if you're looking to build a hockey rink, there's a good chance that you probably have a pretty flat or level backyard already. And if that's the case, all you need to do is get boards and a liner and then fill it with water and you're good to go. But I'm at the stage here now where it's been leveled. The boards are coming in this week here, so I'm gonna put the boards in right after Thanksgiving and the liner and then start to fill it. We've been having some pretty cold days, but the ground is still not frozen yet, which is a good thing, especially with the kit that I ordered. But growing up, we always built the ice rink and used products from a company called Rink. They are a family-owned business in Wisconsin. They've been around for years. When it came to building my rink and thinking about the boards that I wanted to do and the liner, I decided to collaborate with Rink. And so the boards and stuff, like I said, will be coming in this week. We're gonna be putting them up shortly. But I'm excited to be able to share kind of the experiences we have in using their products for this backyard hockey rink. So I'm going to kind of go over the overview of what it's taken to get this rink to where it's at right now, and then stay tuned in future videos for the process that involves putting up the boards and the liner, which is actually, I think, going to go pretty quick. But all right, let's get to it.
I started by picking the most level spot in my backyard and getting a quick measurement of the approximate area. The final size of the actual rink is going to be 88 feet by 44 feet, but since I'll be doing quite a bit of leveling, I measured 100 feet by 50 feet, so the platform we make will give us plenty of room to work with. I set up a laser level to check the slope of the area and discovered there was a 6-foot difference from one end of the rink to the other, and so I'll show us grading a few times throughout the video. My buddy Josh brought over a bobcat to help with the leveling process. Now the bobcat's mainly going to be used to move dirt to the low side and then to smooth it out. And then since we needed to dig down 3 feet, we ran over to Midway Rentals and Andrew and the crew helped us load up a mini excavator to rent for the weekend. Now Josh had used an excavator for quite a few projects around his property, so he started out on the excavator to make quick work of the digging, and then I ran the bobcat to move the dirt over to the low side. Now the excavator was about $260 to rent, and it took us a full day to do all of the digging, so I thought that was well worth it. There's no such thing as a completely flat yard, and 99% of all yards are going to have some sort of variation. So with most backyard rinks, you can have a decent amount of slope. For instance, a 12-inch slope can work under the right conditions, but a 6-inch or less slope is going to be best. The big thing is that you're going to need more water to fill the rink. It's going to take a little longer to freeze, and then the height of the boards versus the ice is going to vary. A good finished shallow side ice thickness is about 4 inches, and the deep end will be determined by the slope of your site. So if you have an 8-inch slope, then you'll have 12 inches of water on the deep side. And 4 inches is a pretty good solid base to work with. This is one of the many questions I know a lot of rink owners or potential rink owners are going to have. And so Jim, the owner of the company, is going to be answering some common questions about rinks in an upcoming video. So please comment below if you have any questions that you think we could answer. Throughout digging, we used the laser leveling tool I'd borrowed from my friend Don to check the grade to make sure we were at an approximate depth. We'll use the bobcat and a box blade to continue leveling once all of the digging is completed on the high side. Now, a couple things I really like about Rink are they sell the liners, and you'll definitely want a liner, but then the brackets they make for the plastic boards will also fit 3/4 inch thick plywood boards. So if you aren't yet ready to invest in the plastic board system, you'll be able to save money and still build a great rink. And if you want to add plastic boards later, you always can. It took us a full day of digging, and we didn't quite finish up everything on Saturday, so my friend Rick, who also plays hockey, helped out a little on Sunday to complete the project. Now, he'd never driven a mini excavator, but got a hang of it pretty quickly. Once all the digging was done, I used the bobcat and then finished leveling with the box blade. Now, I've never leveled anything bigger than a small gravel pad for a storage shed. I know it's not going to be 100% perfect with this rink, but it should be within a few inches, which will be more than fine. It takes about a week or so for the rink to come in, and while I was waiting, we did get some more snow, so I had to prep the area before the boards can go up. Now, you still have time to order rink supplies or set up any type of rink. I will say, though, it is a little nicer to be able to set the boards up earlier if you can, just so you can work outside in warmer weather. But the ground hasn't frozen yet where I live, and I'll be able to get the brackets in the ground without any problems. The liner is going to go in as soon as we have consistently cold days so that the rink can then be flooded. For many of you, you'll get to skip the entire process of having to level for a rink, but for the lucky few who live on a big hill just like I do, you might need to prep the area using some of the same steps that I did. Nonetheless, your work in building a rink will be well worth it, and if you do end up ordering through Nice Rink, let them know you heard about them from Pete. No matter how you build your rink, I'd love to hear tips from you and find out what you like best about having a backyard rink, so please comment below. Lastly, I wanted to share a couple updates on the window project I've been working on. The house originally had 2 small windows, and I really wanted to bring in more light and open up the view. Now, eventually, a deck's going to be built, and the fire will be able to rotate toward the outside during a cool summer night, which should be pretty neat. Now, for more updates and DIY inspiration on all the projects going on, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Happy Thanksgiving, and cheers from Montana.